Hello, everybody. My name is Crazy Crab, and today we have a very special guest. We're going to interview Mr. George Lucas, the creator himself of Star Wars, of course. And Mr. George Lucas, kind enough to join us for a couple minutes today. And just going to ask a few questions, some questions that we've been dying to ask. Did you enjoy The Last Jedi?
Um, well,
Just yes or no answer, George.
no,
Did you even watch the entire movie? And be honest.
almost.
And on a whole, how has Disney been doing with the Star Wars franchise?
I've always said, well, these didn't really turn out the way I'd hoped they would, and I can see all the flaws and I can see all the stuff.
And do you believe the new directors like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson are able to make solid Star Wars movies?
Well, they can't really. They can do scribbling. They can do like what my 2-year-old does.
I agree with that. And can you expand on your thoughts on Rian Johnson specifically?
Just somebody who's got a fetish with making the world to be the way he wants it to be. Sort of narcissistic.
And J.J. Abrams?
A fantasy, completely daydreaming, guy who's not very practical at all.
And what do you think about all the political agenda and the identity politics that seem to be in today's Star Wars movies?
I'm not sure with society at large it's helping much.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think, it seems that we all agree things like equality and diversity are good things. Yet when all one thinks about is race and gender, and that's the only thing that they consider, and they want to push that so hard, and especially when it comes to creating films, does it not hinder the filmmaking process?
The whole thing in Star Wars was to take, again, ideas, psychological ideas, from social issues, political issues, spiritual issues, and condense them down into an easy to tell story of those stories. And some people have taken those ideas and then distorted them, and you end up in a cult.
See exactly what you're saying, George. Well, let's just go ahead and jump ahead, though. What are your thoughts anyway about the new film, the new Solo film, the Han Solo film that came out?
If you're making a work of art or a film or whatever and nobody sees it, I don't see where it does anybody any good. Because in the world we live in the system we've created for ourselves in terms of it's a big industry, you cannot lose money.
Why does Disney and Lucasfilm, why do they continue to struggle with these new films?
Because they are doomed to repeat themselves every few years because they do not listen to history.
Well, I mean, all they have to do is make a simple Star Wars movie with a good story.
But they don't know they don't know how to do that because they're basically corporate types. They think the worst thing that happens when they think they know how to do it. Then they start making decisions that ensure that it's not going to work.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, but can't they just make a movie with a simple movie with a coherent plot?
And that's the thing that they won't do. And that they can't do it. It's not in their constitution to do that.
Well, let's jump back a little bit now that we've covered the newer movies. What did you think of that first one, The Force Awakens? Did you enjoy that one at all?
They wanted to do a retro movie. I don't like that. Every movie I worked very hard to make them different.
I see. So, do you plan on going to watch Episode 9 when it comes out next year?
Why would I?
Uh, I guess you wouldn't. I'm not either. Don't worry. Um, well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I know you're busy. Thank you for joining me today, George. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for coming on the Crazy Crab YouTube channel. Have a great day. Thank you again.
Thank you.